Good evening, watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 5 royal decrees. And 97% of Ibri water desalination is achieved. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issued 5 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 38/2019 establishes Oman Center for Credit and Financial Information and issues its regulation. Article 1. A center shall be established under the name Oman Center for Credit and Financial Information, affiliated to the Central Bank of Oman, and the following provisions shall be applied thereto. Article 2. Oman Center for Credit and Financial Information shall enjoy the juristic personality and financial and administrative independence to carry out its works. Article 3. All assets, data and systems of the Banking Credit Data Statistics Department at the Central Bank of Oman shall be transferred to Oman Center for Credit and Financial Information. Article 4. The Board of the Governors of the Central Bank of Oman shall issue all required regulations and decisions to implement this decree and the attached systems until such regulations and decisions are issued. Applicable regulations and decisions at the Central Bank of Oman shall be enforceable, provided that no special provisions being made in this decree and the attached systems and does not contradict with its provisions. Article 5. This royal decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its publication. Royal Decree number 39/2019 on issuing the system of implementing the agreement of prohibition, developing, producing, storing and using chemical weapons and destroying them. Article 1. The attached system shall be applied with regard to implementing the agreement of prohibiting, developing, producing, storing and using chemical weapons and destroying them, which was signed at the headquarters of the United Nations on the 2nd of February 1993. Article 2. The Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs shall issue the required decisions to implement the provisions of this system. Article 3. Royal Decree number 21/97. All that contravenes with the attached system or contradicts with the provisions shall be cancelled. Article 4. The Royal Decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force after 90 days from its date of publication. Royal Decree number 40/2019 establishes Al-Hajer Al-Gharbi Reserve of starlights in the Al-Dhakilya Governorate. Article 1. A natural reserve shall be established under the name Al-Hajer Al-Gharbi Reserve of starlights in the Al-Dhakilya Governorate, and the area defined in the attached annex and map shall be assigned to it. Article 2. The Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs shall issue executive regulations and decisions for this decree in coordination with ministries and bodies concerned that include the way to manage the reserve, rules governing the entry of the public to the reserve and determine fees for that, allow time for them, permitted and prohibited activities to be practiced, and appropriate administrative penalties for each case. Article 3. This royal decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its publication. Royal Decree number 41/2019 establishes Al-Rusatq Reserve for Wildlife in the Governorate of South Batinah. Article 1. A natural reserve shall be established under the name Al-Rusatq Reserve for Wildlife in the Governorate of South Batinah, and the area defined in the attached annex and map shall be assigned to it. Article 2. The Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs shall issue executive regulations and decisions for this decree in coordination with ministries and bodies concerned that include the way to manage the reserve rules governing the entry of the public to the reserve and determine fees for that, allow time for them, permitted and prohibited activities to be practiced, and appropriate administrative penalties for each case. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and comes into force from the following day of its publication. Royal Decree number 42 of 2019 ratifies the Joint Defence Agreement between the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom. Article 1 ratifies a joint defence agreement between the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom, signed in Muscat on 21st of February 2019. Article 2, this royal decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the day of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Stevo Pendarovsky of North Macedonia on the occasion of him being elected as a new President of the Republic. Still to come, our news bulletin. The Sultanate deals with more than 2 billion e-attacks in 2018. Welcome to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. With a completion rate of 97% and maximum production output of 40,000 cubic meters per day, the work in Ibri water purification plant continues. The plant will meet the growing demands of a clean source of water in the Governorate of Al-Dhakilya. The plant will be able to purify water from wells in Wadi al-Ain and provide a clean source of drinking water to the neighboring wilayas and villages. In the next phase of the project, the plant will be on a pilot run before becoming fully operational and will require the digging of 8 additional wells as per the government regulations in this regard to ensure no impact on subsurface water resources. Sultan of Oman managed to thwart over 2.6 billion cyber and malicious attacks targeting government services and systems during last year, according to the annual report released by Information Technology Authority. IT security team at ITA remedied over 2.5 billion security incidents over the course of 5 work days. IT security team in ITA also worked over the course of last year on developing a number of tools and software to improve IT security systems like firewalls, system performance tools, and open source applications. To evaluate the system readiness, the team managed to detect and close over 192 security incidents within 20 seconds. In 2018, 153 electronic services were launched to meet with e-government vision and provide quicker services with less expense. Here now are the Ramadan timings for tomorrow. Fajr prayers at 4:07 a.m. and Maghrib prayers at 6:43 p.m. Now for the weather general forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coasts of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be southeasterly to south, light to moderate, and seas will be slight to the maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 5 royal decrees. And 97% of Ibri water desalination is achieved. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, good night.